Hi, I'm John. Welcome to Twig Archery. Today we're going to be talking about the new TwigMaster Black Spitfire. It's a new bow. It's got the limbs mounted on the belly side, and we're going to talk about the bow in a little bit once we get up there by the campfire. But for now, let's just shoot a few arrows out of this thing and see how things go here. We're just going to go for, right now I'm using a 700 grained or number 700 spined arrow, I should say. It's a carbon bamboo arrow. It weighs about 335 to 340, which would be pretty much perfect. This is a 34-pound bow, 62-inch bow. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Go for that balloon on the right side there. All right, let's go for that one on the left there. I love shooting balloons. It's a lot of fun. Get the kids involved with that. You can't beat it. Let's go for that other one over there on the left. All right, there we go. All right, them guys are out of the way. Let's throw another arrow up there. All right, up there you can see in the center there's a turkey head up there. It's actually a turkey head. I'll tell you what, that head ain't very big. And so, you know, the compound guys will go for the heads with turkeys, but that's pretty hard to do. But we'll shoot at it anyway for fun. What the heck? See what happens. Got a little bit of cross breeze coming over here right now, like from this direction blowing this way. Could make the arrows kind of carry a little bit, but they get a hold of that feathers a little bit. But anyways, let's shoot at it and see what we can do. Oh, no way. That was too high. That would have never caught him. All right, let's go for that deer over there. There's that deer target right there. Let's see what we do there. Oh, that looked like a hard shot, actually. We'll shoot another one over there at that deer. Pretty much a hard shot right behind the leg there. Oh, there's a good lung shot. One more. Oh, right where we wanted it. Whew, can't beat it. Okay, now let's go up here and talk about the bow a little bit. And I got another bow up here. This is my prototype. We'll go up here and we'll talk about this the new Spitfire. Great shooting little bow. Not real little. It's not a 60-incher. It's a 62-inch bow. But super nice. My personal bow has kind of been buffed. You can see it's kind of shiny and everything. That's because that's just me. I got some crazy things going on with mine. I did a little cosmetic things in here. I got some snake eyes right there. I don't know if you can see them or not. You want to take a look at them, you can see them. I put them snake eyes in there. It's known as a snake bow. But anyways, that's just things you can do with your own personal bow. Hey, the bow isn't it's not an arm and a leg price-wise. It does have this Twig grip here, as you can see, which we do here at Twig Archery. Keeps my hand from sliding. And on the back side, I more or less did this cosmetic stuff here with a Dremel tool. But I also shined it up. I buffed it up. We'll get into that in a little bit here. We'll talk about that. But first, let's just talk about the bow. A few changes were made from the original bow, which mine was one of the original prototypes. And now this bow here's how they come now. Nice looking bow, actually. Got a lot of, I don't know what you want to call it here, but there's sort of like indentations here on the wood in the riser. It is a diamond wood riser. I'm really not sure on what type of wood this is. Like the Black Hunter, you're looking at a maple type diamond wood. This I'm really not sure. It's so dark, I can't really see it. I can't tell whether it's maple or if it's some other wood that is being used. But it is a diamond wood, so it's got a lot of laminations. And what that means is it's a manufactured, what they call manufactured wood. It's made under pressure. And so they put all these, real thin laminations together, and then they push that under pressure. And it just makes for a strong riser, like on the Black Hunter, for instance. This bow, I think, is going to be the same way. This is a bamboo strip through the center here. Got bamboo core in the limbs. Black glass on both sides. Bamboo, well, like I said, bamboo through there. And the shelf is raised this way, and also on the side plate this way. Now the side plate isn't real high here, but I'm a total instinctive shooter, so I don't really worry about this here. This doesn't bother me whether this is 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, because I don't look at that anyway. I'm just looking at the bullseye where I want to go when I shoot. Totally instinctive. I'm not a gap shooter, string walker, what they call it, a crawler, or whatever the new term is out there right now. I'm not into that, so it doesn't really bother me at all. I do like this little flat bevel here, and the bow is just flat out a nice shooting bow. Otherwise it wouldn't be here at Twig Archery. I have put the bow, actually what I did was I put like 18 different bows on bow scale to see what kind of poundage they gained per inch, from 28 to 29, 29 to 30, 30, 31, 31, 32, to see what kind of poundage they would gain. And what you find out there is, it's really interesting. You find out a lot there. Any bow that only gains like 2 pounds per inch would be a really nice shooting bow. A bow that gains 3 pounds per inch, it's a little bit more of a stacker, what I would call a stacking type bow. This bow just flat out doesn't stack. If I take my bow here, my personal bow, and I can pull this bow back. This is, like I say, it's 34 at 28. I could pull this thing back. I actually can draw that thing back way beyond my mouth, and that's where my anchor point is. So I mean, I can draw that thing back there 30, 32, 33 inches, whatever. So it's really a nice bow, I think, for a guy that's got that longer draw to him. And it doesn't gain many pounds per inch. It only gains, on this particular bow, 1.85 pounds per inch. From 28 to 29, you gain 1.85, 29 to 30, same deal, 1.85, and so on, up to 32. Just don't gain any poundage. Most bows don't do that. As you go higher, you start gaining more and more poundage as you pull it, and it just becomes harder. It's got a high brace height, which is really a good thing. High brace height, to me anyways, a high brace height is more forgiving of a little bit of a crummy release, like it come out, or you know, your release just is not perfect. And that's a good thing. So the bow is very forgiving of that. So if you have a bow that is like, this has like an 8.5 inch brace height from the throat to the string. If you have a bow that's 6.5, that would be 2 inches under. That bow is going to be built for speed. It's going to be fast, there's no doubt about it. It's going to be fast, but it's not going to feel as nice to you when you shoot it, because it's just the way it is. That's the way it works. The lower the brace height, they're built for speed, but not as quite as nice drawing. Get a bow that's got a higher brace height, very nice and very forgiving, and feels really great when you shoot it. But generally, when you have a higher brace height, like in this case, 8.5, what happens? You usually lose speed. That's the way it goes. That's just the design of all bows, and that's usually what happens. But not in this case. I haven't found that to be true, because I've chronographed my bow against the Black Hunter, the Nightfire, and other bows, and it hangs right there with them. It's just as fast as the Black Hunter, which is well known and very popular bow. We all know that. It's just very forgiving that way, and yet it's got that speed. It still has speed, so that's what I really like about the bow. So anyways, 62-inch bow, 16-inch riser. The riser itself is 16-inch. And I guess that's about it. I can't think of too many other things that I really want to talk about, other than this polishing on my bow here. You notice my bow is pretty shiny. You know, I kind of like shiny bows. I don't really like shiny bows for hunting, but for 3D shooting and summertime shooting, they're just, to me, they're just prettier, nicer looking. So what I've done with mine is I've used some different things on here, and then I buffed it. And here's what I use. So in other words, if we take this bow here, this is what the Spitfire looks like. Now, it's kind of a satin finish. You notice it's got like a satin finish to it. And what I can do with this bow would be take some of this right here, which I've used for years, the Scratch Doctor, new finish. It's actually an auto finish. And you take a little bit of that, put it on your fingers, and you just rub it in there good. Rub it in. And there's other, now my particular bow here, what I did, I put that on my bow all over, only the riser. The limbs weren't on here, it's okay. So I just did it on the riser. I put on a buffer, high-speed buffer, 5-inch buffer, and buffed it, and you get this sheen going on. And I just kind of like that. And you can also use this new finish. Also, it's a car finish for cars. It can be used on fiberglass and things. And it also, you can rub that in and you get yourself a nice finish. And last, but not least, would be, which I've used for years, Pledge furniture polish. Same deal. Spray that on there, rub that in good, and then you can buff it up. What that does, these finishes not only add some sheen, but they also protect your riser from moisture, but you want to keep that moisture off of there if you get caught in a rainstorm or whatever. If anybody gets caught in a rain when you're shooting sometime out on a range somewhere, a 3D range, you get moisture underneath here, underneath the limb and the riser section. You would want, if you get caught in a downpour, you want to go home, take the bow apart, dry it out in there. If it's a little sprinkle, no problem. You can just wipe it with a cloth and dry it off. And but anyways, those products work great, and I think you're going to like this new bow. Smooth shooter, no stacking, relatively pretty quick speed. So fast flight string comes mounted with it, with silencers, shelf material, side plate, nocking point, and a nice stringer included in the deal. And we have them right here at Twig Archery. I think you're gonna like this bow. So thanks for joining us today at Twig Archery. Remember to shoot twig and score big, and we'll catch you next time.